Boom, boom. This is Kendra. Everybody, welcome back to the channel. I got a little bit of Soul Land Reloaded up today, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. So we've got a new event. We have a Sword of Judgment. This is an SS Plus hidden weapon. Third one, I believe. I believe it's the third one that they've entered. Let's take a look at hidden weapons here. Yeah, we've got the Eye of Terror, and we've got this Crimson Sky Luo. Yeah, and right here we've got the Sword of Judgment. So third SS Plus. So they're coming out pretty hard on the hidden weapons in terms of SS Pluses. This event is nice because of a couple of things. One reason is because of the sale that they have here. This will allow you to get 30 shards, of course, for the Sword of Judgment, but this will also allow you to pick up a chest of 15 shards for the Eye of Terror or for the Crimson Sky. Now, those 15 shards will enable you to complete the Crimson Sky. If you did not purchase any in the Master Forge event, which just ended a few days ago, you can get 15 shards within there, but you can also get the Terror shards as well too. But in here, you can get the same chest, and you'll be able to complete it, which is what I did. So I just completed the Crimson Sky this morning when I purchased these shards right here. So keep that in mind as well. They've also got some 30 more shards for something else in terms of another SS. So it's a pretty good event, as is normal for these hidden weapons events. Usually they give you the remaining shards, and as you can see, we're starting to come out with chests now. So we're actually, which I think is nice, that they're having chests for these, so that you can actually choose, you know, which one you want. You might want to just focus on like maybe one or two out of a group. You know, there's like three now. You've got the Crimson Sky, the Eye of Terror, and now you've got the Sword of Judgment. But maybe you don't want to focus on all three. Maybe you just want to focus on one or two to get them fully upgraded. This way, you'll be allowed to choose which one that you want to put the shards to. And I think that's nice instead of pigeonholing you to choose whatever it is they've got out there. So that's something good. But so remember you definitely want to snatch those up. You should probably go ahead and snatch these up as well. This is why you need to have a set of diamonds. Always have at least 10,000 diamonds on hand when these events come out, because if you want to get everything, it could run to be quite a few diamonds to do that. But I built my diamonds back up. I was down to like almost 9. I think it was like 10 or 11,000, and I built it back up. Fortunately, you can build it back up pretty quick as long as you're consistently playing the game. And then they've got, if you want to purchase, of course, and then the standard and then they've got the exchange here. This is where you can purchase some of these, and you can get shards, and you can get Eye of Terror shards. So it's just a way to get a little bit more shards if you're running up a little bit short. And then I've got a Soul Beast Invasion. You definitely want to, of course, partake in this, because you can get 30 inside of there, but this will allow you to get so 5, 10, 15, 20. So you get another 30 right here, which will take you up to 60. Okay. So this obviously going to be a 2 or 3 participation event before you can actually get it, just like always. But you definitely want to get started. So let's go ahead and take a look at the count in terms of that, because weekly gift bag, as I said, you should definitely purchase all 3 of these. Okay. The Sword of Judgment is the only large-scale event that's going on right now, so definitely want to participate in that so that you can get all of that. You're going to have to purchase everything inside of there because it's all good. And then last but not least, always complete the Heaven Dew event, because that is good as well. So that's pretty much everything in terms of what we got going on event-wise. So we should be getting the final. We're probably going to get the announcement on the new character sometime. It might be the end of this week, but it might end up rolling into next week. But when that event comes out, we should be able to get our hands on the final shards for Tang Chen, and we'll be able to snatch him up. I upgraded Zhu's divine skill. So that's why that's where you're seeing the actual upgrade to the handbook. So as you can see, I'm up to 805. So I cracked 800. I cracked 800 this morning when I purchased the, or I should say, synthesized the Crimson Sky with those final shards that we needed from the event. So I'm going to start working on that. Hidden weapons, they're pretty good in terms of giving you a boost as well. You know, I prefer to go with the soul bones, but you could do that. You know, they're work in progress. You know, they're gonna have to start focusing on these a little bit more because these SS plus. Anytime you're dealing with an SS plus item, you're gonna see big BP gains. So you want to try to focus on them before you actually focus on some of the other stuff. So I'm going to have to analyze the Crimson Sky, decide which one it would be a good replacement for one of my characters, and then after I've got it leveled up a little bit, then I'll move it into the actual to replace one of these ones. It'll probably be something. I'll probably be looking at one of these two down here. In terms of replacement for it, because they're not too far up, so it'd be quite easy to get this up. As you can see, I've already got the Eye of Terror, which I just got already up to 10, and it's already at level 90. So it's just a matter of starting to upgrade. But then again, the upgrade for these is not that difficult. It's basically that's why I say you might just want to focus on one or two of them and not focus on all three. Okay, definitely get them, but then after you get them, you might want to start rolling back to the Eye of Terror, or that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get an SS plus on all four of my main characters, and that'll be my focus. I don't focus on the S hidden weapons much anymore. At the rate we're going, they're all going to be supplanted at one time or the other. So I don't see the need to really focus on the S as much anymore. If I get shards for an S, I will, of course, if I get a chest, I will, of course, choose one that can be upgraded and, of course, apply to it. Realizing, you can get currency for that if you do dissolve it or in the future, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, that's the current goal. These SS plus hidden weapons, they're of course more stronger than the SSs, but I think what really sets the SS plus apart is the actual effects that you get from them. As you can see, you got spreading pain with disinfection. So this is basically highly advanced skill effects that coming off of these things that can not only affect the whole team but affect the whole enemy team as well, which makes them good. Also, there's the Inscribe. This is really good. You see, I would start focusing. I normally, when you first start out, you probably want to focus on the Soulbone items here, but you can also start focusing on the hidden weapon tokens now. Soulbone, you want to try to get. The goal for Soul Bones is to actually get the red set. Okay, the red set's not available in the store, so getting these, choosing Soul Bone tokens is not what I would do. Okay, if you're just starting out and you want to get a yellow or an orange set, then yeah, you might want to do these because that's what's available inside the shop. But now we can use these hidden weapon, hidden exchange tokens for this inscription as well. So you can start, using, because I was not doing any hidden weapon tokens whatsoever. I was just focusing mainly on getting the soul bones, but I no longer need soul bone tokens anymore because I've got a full red set on all four of my mains, and I've got enough to make another red set. Actually, I think I have red set on starting to get red sets on secondaries as well too. Okay, so this is the yellow set, but I was going to move this red set onto her, so all four of those will have that, and then I have a red set right here. So yeah, and I've got 320 shards for a red set too, which I'm going to start making here shortly, and that's going to go on to that'll be on the Pathlight to get him up, because I want to have my main attackers on my secondary team to have a red set as well too. So yeah, so I don't see the need to go for the yellow and the orange sets anymore. I'm just going to focus on the red sets, which are the best sets. I've also got a Sea God set that I just made, but I have to get it leveled up before I can stick it in here. That's a lot of this 806 came from just basic enhancements on the SS Soul Bones, SS Plus Soul Bones. Just starting to level them up. I want to get them all up to 180. You know, I've got them up to 150, and I'm going to take them up to 180. It takes it a while because it takes a lot of the green essence stones to actually level those up. So it takes it a while to get them. You do get them in bulk. I mean, you get large sets of them. They probably even have some inside of the actual event here. Let's see if they have some. That's the Forging Accumulate Freebies Hidden Weapon Exchange. Nope, don't see any enhancements, but this is not a soul boat event. This is a hidden weapon event. So you're going to see upgrades for hidden weapons, which are the Rutilated Quartz, of course, and the soul. But definitely want to keep looking out for those because it takes a lot of them to get that leveled up. So yeah, that's where we're at this point. So just going to keep going. Now I've got some people asking about getting shards, S shards. The easiest way to get S shards is simple. Take the time to set up the shop setting here under Zoo. I do 10,000. Okay, right before I run it, anything that's over 10,000 in terms of actual currency available, I set that up so that it can run automatically. And anything under 10,000, like this, I don't set up to run. Okay, 147k inside of the Spirit Shop. Also, don't set up the Sex Shop. Understand that the Sex Shop runs off of this Sex Shop. Also uses the tokens that you use to purchase the sex skills. So keep an eye on that. Don't let that get too low as well. So I manually do the Sex Shop. And you can manually do all of these if you want, but that's, you're going to be spending a lot of time doing that, and never use the store for your diamonds. You want to control those manually too. So anything above 10,000 I set up to run auto, and then you just do complete all. Okay, as you can see, this is going to net you as many shards as you can if you have it set up. Okay, so there we go. So just in this one pull, and I do this twice a day. I do it once in this morning, and I'll do it once in the evening. Okay, so we pulled down, 24, 32, 36, another 18. So yeah, so about 70, 80 shards right here in one pull. Do that twice a day. So it's easy to get. Yeah, you can get anywhere between, I'd say anywhere between 125 and 175 per day just by using the shop. Okay, that's the quickest way to get shards fast. The other way, make sure you're doing the Heaven Dew Festival every single day, because right here is 10, 20, 30 shards a day just from that as well. And that's guaranteed. You'll want to do them all, of course, and get this shard, which is finally upgraded to a maximum. When this first started out, it was just, now they've actually added Chen and Past Life in there. So this is ways to get shards for them to do their divine skills. Even though they're second team now, you still want to work on their divine skills. So that's another way to get shards for characters. Also, the events. Most of the time in the event, this is a hidden weapon event, so they're really focusing mainly on hidden weapons. So there's not a lot to get here. But also in the events, you'll also find, I generally purchase all the shards from every event that takes place. I look for the chest of shards for the character, and that's what I purchase. There's not going to be any in this because it's a hidden weapon event, and it's focusing mainly on the hidden weapons. And since they've got 3 tiers of hidden weapons, there's not enough room to stick shards in there for character. You've got your S hidden weapons, you got your SS hidden weapons, you got your SS plus hidden weapons. So they wanted to give a little bit of every. As you can see, even the login is giving you some shards for your SS plus. So they're not going to have that. But most of the events will generally have an actual shot that you can actually get some tokens. Okay, and if you just continue to participate in those, you'll get tokens. But like I say, run in the assistant woo shop option down here. I do it twice a day. And you got to monitor the currency because the currency goes down pretty fast when you're doing this. See, now these both are below 10,000 now. So the next time I run tonight, I won't do them. I'll do them manually. And when you do it manually, you can do it manually. Easy to do it manually. Just do it from the shop. Okay, just go to the shop, and you can go through each one of the actual things and pick them out. Like I generally purchase all of the actual mats inside of here because I got a lot of gold. So I purchase all the mats. You can refresh this, but it takes diamonds. I'm not going to waste diamonds on refresh. Black market, they usually have something good in here that you might want to purchase as well too. Okay, a lot of times they'll have an entire piece of A plus. You can't use, you don't want to use that, of course, but you can dissolve it and get soulbone tokens for it. So or soulbone currency for it. So whenever I see that in there, sometimes I will snatch that up. But these shops right here too, you can manually do them. This has got 70. I will one-click buy this, but you got to make sure that you set this up. So we'll go ahead and take a look at a setup. So you don't want to use your diamonds for anything. So you just check the ones that involve using the actual soul coins. And you just go through here and make sure they're all checked. Okay. So now, whenever I do this, it's going to, anytime it comes across any one of these that's got a soul coin as currency, it's going to purchase, but it won't use your diamonds. You don't want to be using your diamonds to purchase S shards. That's not productive. These needs to be saved for other stuff. The time limited buy is going to come up here, and so you want to make sure that you have a lot of diamonds on tap, so that when that happens, you can spend it. I'll go down below 10,000 when a time limited buy pops up. Okay, I'll get it back up fast, but you always want to have it on, because if you ain't got the diamonds, you can't purchase the stuff, and you're getting it 40 to 50% off inside of that time limited buy. So you don't want to waste, you don't want to waste your coins on the A pluses and the B shards. I mean, if you're just starting out, you can. Now here's where it gets tricky. You can purchase these soul bones in here, but understand this is also used for your physical skills. Okay, so this is a highly, you can get a lot of it, but you should be dissolving all of your shards that aren't S shards to get these. Okay, you should be doing just about every day or every other day. I go to regenerate and I go to dissolve soul master shards, and I dissolve any B's, A's, and A pluses. Okay, never dissolve your S's because you use those, of course, and then you just dissolve, and this will give you the currency. This will give you the soul stones that you need. Okay, so you should be doing this on a daily basis, but remember, don't do your S's to get this currency, because this is one of the best shops in the actual game in terms of getting what you want, because all of this stuff is good. Everything inside of here is awesome. Okay, and then once you've got it set up, like right now, I don't have the actual, I'm not using the actual purchasing any of the actual materials at this point in time. But at one time, when I had like 75,000 of these, I had all of the materials checked. Okay, I had these checked and this checked. I had all of these checked. But now that I'm down below like 30,000, it just got to the point where because I was going through it pretty quick, and I was finding out that I was running exceedingly low when I was ever trying to do my physical skills for my character, so I stopped doing that. It slows down, but you can get those materials using your stamina inside the levels, so there's no use to be wasting your soul stones on that. So just mainly focus on that. So then you confirm the purchase, and this will run through. This will it uses 20, and see it'll do it up for you automatically. And it'll run, it'll run through, and as you can see there, it's getting a bunch of shards. Keep an eye on that. You don't want it to get too low, of course, or you won't be able to cultivate any of your physical skills. But this is, so just make sure that you do it. So I usually I let it get down to about, when it gets down to close to 10,000, I'll back off for a few days. I won't do it until it gets back up. But right here, that's 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. That's 36 right there in one swat as well. So combine that with the 150 or so that you can get from doing 2 shot pools a day. You can get close to 200 fairly easy on a daily basis. But considering you're taking your moons, when you get to 4 moon to 5 moon, I think it's like 1,600 shards. So that takes a little bit of time. But you could do that, and then you see now. See, I'm at 28. You could one-click buy it, okay, and confirm and do it again because you get certain refreshes a day, and this is the quickest way to get shards. It's a little bit of a hassle, okay, but if you want to get shards fast, that's the only way to do it. Okay, so see, got 8 there in that one set. Now what's going to happen is after all the refreshes are gone, you don't want to do it anymore because then it's going to take diamonds to reset. Okay, so this one we got 4, 8, 12, 16, 28, 32, 36. We got 40 right there. Okay, so now we're up to about 250 shards a day. And then we're going to run it again. So this is, see, to do this manually, it would take forever. But if you set up, the one-click buy and set up the shops, just take, I know it's a little bit of hassle, but it doesn't take long once you get familiar with it. And once you set it up once, you really don't have to change it that often. And there we go. So there's another set. So we got 4, 12, 16, 24, 28, 32, and wow, got a bunch right there. So as you can see, we still got 10. So I'll just wait and do it a little bit later, do it manually to get rid of all the refreshes for the day. So that's where you want to go. These shops, now the shops that I didn't set up, you can do those manually. You just go through each shop and find stuff that you can, that you want to purchase if you have a lot of mats. Right here, I purchase exclusively in this shop. I purchase the soul bone essence to transform my soul bones. Okay, the shards right here. I check these out, but I basically spend all this currency mostly on related quartz. Okay, these right here, 293. This is stuff that you want to purchase. So since I've got 293,000, I can purchase just about everything I want inside of here. Now this is one place where I do actually spend shards because it's only 200 shards. That's not a lot. So snatching up shards in that is okay if you want to, but just don't let this get down too low. I'll shop. I use this shop exclusively for the for this soul bone here. I purchase it in bulk. I don't purchase it on a daily basis, but like once a week or so, I'll come in here and snatch up 20,000 or so. In a couple of weeks, it'll get down to the point where I only have like 10,000, and I'll have to wait for it to build it back up. But if you're doing you should be doing this every day. The Hell Slaughter Arena, that's where you get that stuff at. You'll be getting the coins for that. You have to do this stuff on a daily basis, everyone. Okay, you have to do all this stuff on a daily basis to get this currency. If you don't, you won't have the currency, and you won't be able to purchase the shards in the shop. Okay, this is not like an AFK game. You can't really. You have to actually do the stuff. Zoo will help. Woo Shop. This will help speed it up immensely. But in the end, you're just going to have to manually do all this stuff, and it can take. I'll hit this game, when I'm working and doing other stuff, I'll hit 15, 20 minutes here, 15, 20 minutes there, on the phone or on my tablet, so that to get. But it's a hassle, okay. But that's the only way you're going to do it if you want to take part into it, okay. And that's how I get my soul bone shards. Another place is using concert, okay. Inside of here, you want to make sure the first thing you purchase is all of these shards, okay. Don't worry about the diamond shard. I'll purchase these simply because of the fact that I can purchase all the I can purchase just about everything in here and still have stuff left over. and then if I have anything left over, I might snatch up one or two notes, just enough to clear out uh, the die shards. But I don't really focus on this much anymore. Um, Once you get at a high level, don't. So I no longer purchase notes because I'll pretty much have enough to knock most of this out. But this is what you want to get, okay? And what I'm doing is I'm just saving them up right now, just like I did before. If you saw before, before I had Red, I had like 4,000. Well, I've got quite a few right now. I've already built up another, and I'm on another second set for 999. So that's probably why I'm going to go ahead and skip out on Tank Chen. I mean, I'll get him, but I might not focus on him right away. I will, of course, eventually max him out, but I'm looking for a healer. So if the next character that comes out is a healer, I might hold off on Tang Chen and just wait for that healer to come out, and then I'll have another 4 or 5,000 shards, which I can throw into that. And just like Ren, within 3 or 4 days, I had Ren up to the point where I could start moving her into the main team. And that's what I'm looking for. Okay, so I would not be, I assume we're going to get, it's probably going to be wrong, I would assume. She's really the only one, if they're keeping close to the anime uh, on this. They're actually, like, the characters that they're making, SS Plus are strong characters. Sir Tang is definitely strong. Clear Skies is definitely strong. And Bosax, she's the sea god. So those are really strong characters. Ren became, if you watch towards the end of it, Ren was super powerful towards the end of it. So she's an SS Plus. So wrong, after the trials on the Sea God Island, she became like super powerful as well too. So I got a feeling she's probably going to be our first heal type SS. I mean, her father's pretty cool, Ning, but I don't really see him. She's much more powerful than her father. So I would assume that she will most likely be the SS Plus healer that we get from the game. So, and I'm hoping that'll be the next one because we need a healer in the SS Plus. We've got everything else. We've got tanks and attackers, so we definitely need a healer. So that's what I'm hoping. So we'll see if the next one that comes out is not a healer and it's another attacker. Then I'll make the decision based on which one would be more beneficial. I mean, I've got SS Chen and SS Tang San as my attackers on my second team, so I'm not hurting for attackers on my second team. Both of those are near max. Well, Chen is max. Tang San is just one away from maxing. But I will, of course, in the future when I got some shards maxing off there, I might go ahead and pop him up maximum. But he's second team, and at the rate things are going, might have to start using SS characters as my support. So, they're coming out with characters pretty fast. So it's a lot. It's difficult to keep up. But you can. I mean, I've got them all. These are the Soul Masters. These are the only SS Plus Soul Masters right now in the game, other than which I haven't got yet, and they're all maxed. So you could do it. It just takes a little bit of focus and a little bit of time to do it. But yeah, so we'll have to see. But yeah, that's how I get my shards fast, guys. And that's the best way to do it. Okay, the shop, and just check all the events, and run that. Yeah, run this. Use all of these on a daily basis. Okay, just set the one-click bot to get those shards. Dissolve all of your B, A, and A plus shards because you shouldn't be using them anymore. You can get S's fast enough in this game that you should be able to have an S team within a month or so of playing. You should at least have a full S team, and by then you should probably have maybe one SS or so. But you should no longer have to focus that much on A pluses and Bs. So as they get phased out, you can start dissolving the shards, and then as you get the shards just by doing regular events. If you do your assistant, see right there. See, I got some shards for it. I'll just dissolve those. Okay. See, all of these shards will get dissolved. Okay. That aren't useful. Gameplay. Got all this set up to sweep, so I'll sweep all this. So you got some shards right here from the Sea God Island. You can do 3 refreshes inside the Sea God Island and get 5 shards in there as well. So got some diamonds, 15 for the chest. So you see, you can do advertisements, rankings. Do I check my rankings? Are they all below 100? No. Well, yeah, they are, but that's what I'm not going to worry about the Soto. So I'll just sweep that. See, you get your currency. You get this is what you need to do to get the currency. Plus, you get the Doomstones. Make sure that you have all these set to sweep 10 times. Now, this will take a little bit of diamonds, but you want to do it sweeping because if you do the 10 times sweep, you get a special prize on the 10th sweep. Okay, it'll automatically do 5, but set it to 10 so that you can get. And in this case, it gets Soto, you get the Doomstones. Okay, sect. This is an easy way to knock out your sect pretty fast. It'll also do the actual battles, the 9 battles, once it gets to the time. I mean, it's still another 30 minutes before those come out, and then of course the shop. I'll do the shop, and then I'll do it in the evening. And that's how I get all the shards. And usually within this, using that method, within a couple of weeks, you should have enough to take up a 4 to a 5 moon to max it out. It'll probably take about 3 weeks, 4 weeks of doing that, and you should have enough to pretty much max out a character. But you have to do it consistently each day. But it's usually going to take about between 21 to 30 days, a month to gather the shards to completely max out an SS plus character. It just takes a lot of shards, but you can get, as you can see, you get 250, 300 a day, and if you do that consistently, you should be able to get enough to actually, you know, knock a full one out. Ren, I came up just a tad short, so it takes, yeah, it takes about 5,000 or so shards to max them out, but that's what you have to do. That's the quickest way to do it, and I do that on a daily basis. That enables me to get all the shards that I need. All right, so that's how I do it, guys. If you got any questions, you can of course hit me up in the comments. If there's anything you want me to talk about or do a video on, just let me know, and I'll work it in. But definitely get in there for that Sword of Judgment, and make sure that you do get the shards, so that when the second part of the event comes out, you'll be able to get the other shards, and that way when they run the third part of the event, you'll be able to get the actual chest that has the shards in it to complete it. And we'll have another video here in a few days after they focus up on a new event, and we'll talk about that. And we'll also, but if they do come out, like I said, hopefully they'll get the shards for Tang here pretty soon, and hopefully the reveal will be a healer. That would be nice. All right, so thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe. Once you subscribe, you'll see the bell. Click on it. Also like and share the videos. It helps immensely. Kenrick coming at you from the corner, signing out.